What's up, y'all? It's your boy Scrappy, and I'm back today to give you guys a video on how to gain RP in ranked, specifically how anybody can hit and unlock masters. This video will apply to every single person out there, from bronze all the way to diamond. You may not be able to hit masters immediately, but in due time, after watching all of my videos, you'll be able to do so fairly easily. And I intend on getting you guys there through a series of commentary videos, including this video you're watching right now. With my expertise in this game and my ability to explain complex subjects to you guys simply makes my videos something that's never been seen before on YouTube. And at the end of the day, all I want is for you guys to get better. I'm not farming impressions just like every other Apex YouTube coach. None of them have an idea of what they're talking about. So if you're looking to get better in Apex, this is the channel that you want to be at. Without further ado, let's get it. Bam 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 bam. I want to take a second and thank you guys for 40,000 subs. That's insane. Couldn't be doing this without you guys, so again, I appreciate you, Scrapyard. Now let's take you guys through a sweaty diamond rank game that I was in. I'm going to explain everything in hopes that you guys will learn something new. And if you do learn something new, then comment down below exactly what it was. It's very helpful for me. Now let's get into the commentary. Fun fact, I actually won $200 for this game. So I'm pulling up on a third party right here, which is something that you should always try to do, especially when you're solo queuing. Low risk, high reward. Now I hear this Bangalore healing, and she's isolated, so I use my abilities to go challenge her and kill her right there. I take advantage of her moment of weakness. No need to have let her fully heal right there. I'm not really sure what's going on around me, but I know that she's isolated, so I take that chance right there. But I still hear the other team fighting, so my attention immediately goes there. The team I'm about to fight just wiped that Bangalore's team, so now it's a 3v3. And we know this is a safer fight to take because we're on the edge of zone, and we were the third party. So the chances of us getting fourth party on this side of zone is kind of slim to none, but it's definitely still possible, so you always have to be aware of that. My teammate got two beautiful cracks on the enemy. This whole time I was waiting for my Mirage to catch up with us. I'm always aware of my teammate's position. He finally caught up after lollygagging, and now we can initiate this fight. My job as a movement legend would have been to take high ground right now, but they're all on height, so I can't do that. So I find a different angle. I use my bat up here as bait. Not sure if it works, but it looks pretty cool. And I think it's exactly what made that Octane jump down. He got nervous that I would challenge him right there, and I actually ran him straight into me. How beautiful was that? Notice how I knocked that Octane and I immediately take a different angle. That's something that you guys should be taking note of. Challenge this Horizon because I have to, but I know it's a 1v1 because his teammate just killed my teammate. So I have some time to do this, but I have to win this. It was almost a close one. Also notice how I immediately heal up as soon as I knock her. And from there, the Seer chowed me, but I was ready for it, fully health, and I one clip him. And I made sure to utilize that cover of that AC vent right there. A lot of you guys that struggle in ranked waste too much time doing absolutely nothing. Most of you guys probably would have tried to thirst that Horizon right there to get an armor swap, but armor swaps are not always beneficial to you. And if I had done that, I probably would have died and we would have lost that fight. So as soon as I knocked that Horizon, because I'm paying attention to my surroundings while I'm fighting her, I know that my teammate just got knocked by a completely different guy on that team, which gives me the relative location and position of that enemy teammate. And so I know he's not an immediate threat to me, and I can take this 1v1 with that Horizon and heal up immediately after, assuming that the Seer is going to immediately push me, which is exactly what he did. So in anticipation of that, I pop that battery immediately, waste no time, and then take my attention straight to him. It's a beautiful 1v3 on my part. Moving forward, I see that there's 5 squads with 11 people left. Every team has a maximum of 3 players, and so if there are 5 squads left, then there should be 15 people left in the lobby. So that means there's 4 people missing, which tells me there's a few broken teams alive. And that's exactly who I want to attack in this moment right here. I'm looking for any duos or solos right now, and I found exactly that. But this duo has a rampart inside of the building, so it proved to be a difficult task, especially because my teammate Mirage never pulled up. So right now I'm just trying to peek and poke damage, which would grant me an entryway into the building and an opportunity to kill them quickly. And as you can see, it's proven to be rather difficult, with the Bangle slowing me down, them throwing perfect grenades, the rampart blocking the doors. This was a very hard 2v2, and it would have been a lot easier if my random teammate was with us. Start paying attention to where your teammates are at and what they're doing. You are not him. My teammate runs in there and cracks both of them, but I have to heal his battery. He pushed him from the staircase, which is a no-no. So although he may have gotten the rampart weak, he dies in the process and they're both still alive. This makes it hard for me. I try to get to the Bangalore quickly, but I dead slide. I get her knock, and now it's time to fight the rampart, who I automatically assume is going to armor shop on my teammate, which is exactly what she did because she was very weak underneath the shield. Thank God she ran out of ammo for her rampage. She had to climb over the fence and switch her guns, and she missed 2 PK shots, and I didn't miss, so I was able to kill her, but this was way closer than it ever needed to be. It wasn't until after I finished did my Mirage teammate finally pull up. I know that's a lot of you guys out there. Start playing with your team, especially if they're communicating what's going to happen. Do not get distracted. Stay focused and stay with your team always. He was useful a bit though, because I told him immediately to go revive him, and he could do that while I watched the backside over here. And so we were able to revive our teammate and get a completely great reset here. But this does slow us down, and this does have future consequences as well. We'll get into that shortly. So as my teammate's reviving, I see a mobile respawn beacon go down with a seer ult and a bangle, which confirms to me that this is a duo. That was to prevent any team from pushing their revive. So I pounce right on it, knowing my teammates aren't going to be with me, but I'm communicating everything with them. As you see, I did major damage to both of these two. One was 2 HP and the other is less than 100 health, but I'm still by myself and I know this. So I fall back and I heal up, and I'm waiting for my teammates to pull up. I'm being patient. A lot of you guys would have just ran right in there and probably died. Notice how I'm always switching angles every time I push a building, always attacking from a new position. While I'm looking for a new angle, I climb up the side of the fence, and then I'll eventually climb onto the roof. Once I get to the roof, that's when I see an entire team gatekeeping us on the sand dunes. This tells me that I can only push from this back side of the building, because if I'm to walk around to the front side of the building, that team gatekeeping me will fry me. So I have to play on this back side of the building to cut off their line of sight. That right there is a pred level tip that'll easily help your awareness and help you get to masters quicker. You gotta be aware of everything, I know. So obviously my teammate just got revived and he has to go loot, and my Mirage is playing slow the entire game, so I take that into consideration, and so I'm still being patient, waiting for my team to pull up. I instruct them to play this front side of the building. I jump down to crack this here, and then notice a new angle I play to meet him there. I knew where he was forced to go, and so I anticipate that and I jump on it. And then from there it's a 3v1. Bang slides down to chow me, and I go absolutely nutty with the flatline. It was very important for anybody on my team to not get knocked, because even if one of us gets knocked but we still win that fight, we will get third party from that team sitting on the dunes. And there goes our win. And there goes my $200. This speaks to the higher point that you guys always have to ensure that you guys are not going down. In any way possible, the most important thing to do in this game is to survive. By all means, you must survive. Stop going down, especially when you have the numbers advantage. So this team's still holding us out and they have a Kraber. And remember how I mentioned earlier that things have consequences? Well, my Mirage teammate not helping us in that 2v2, and with my Valkyrie eventually getting killed, wasted so much of our rotation time that now we're forced in a shitty rotation. This is where I also had to hard IGL. If you take a look at the right side of the circle, there's absolutely no cover there. If we run straight towards them, they're sitting on head glitches behind rocks, and we won't have any cover. So the only option that I had was to rotate far left. My Valkyrie didn't have her ult either. If my Valk had her ult, then we would have flown into that titty building behind them. So the only option that we had here was to rotate far left and do so quickly, knowing that this team is going to mirror us, which essentially means follow us but in a different path. I'm exercising good map awareness and good composure. I get some great shots onto the Loba, which forces her to heal up. She's now out of the fight, and gives a smoother path for my teammates to rotate towards me. This is called holding an angle for your team. I wasn't trying to do much, just to only distract and maybe do a little damage. I popped my battery. My teammates are now all with me. Storm was on my butt, so I teleport to the bridge. It was a very hard rotation, especially while solo queuing, but now we're safe. We rotated so well and so fast right there that the enemy Octane actually goes down to Storm because he was so hyper focused on us. I pretty much know at this point this game is 100% guaranteed win. So now there's a duo and a solo. I tell my teammates to heal up and to 3-2-1 the solo right here to ensure we get that kill, and we do it quickly, and to not let the other team kill him. So that's more KP and more RP for us. You might be wondering how I knew it was a solo. Well, remember earlier when I mentioned there were 5 squads with 11 people left? That told me that there were a lot of broken teams. And with this circle that we have right now, with the duo taking the jump pad being on the back right side of the circle and us being on the opposite side of the circle, it would be very easy to see an entire team of 3 or even a duo, but there was no presence of any other duo or trio in the game, which tells me in my mind that the last person has to be a solo, and they must be ratting somewhere. Once again, another assumption, but nonetheless an educated one. So now it's a 3v2 for the win. You'll see me take some shots here with my Vantage Sniper, doing anything that I can to make one of them really weak, and at that point, since we have the numbers, I would just ape them. But they have high ground, and they're on head glitches with that rock, and they don't have to rotate, so I have to kind of play this a little safe. Again, I'm looking for big damage, but I never found it. My teammates are slowly inching up to the left, which gives me an opportunity to push up to the right. I know that when I push up by myself, the duo is going to push me, and that's because I'm isolated, and that's their only chance of winning. So as soon as I teleport here, I tell my teammates they're pushing me, start pushing me right now. I see them swinging me, I rotate back to cover towards my teammates, they get some shots into the Loba, and then I one clip her. And after that, it's a 3v1 situation. I let my teammates get the kill so they can get more KP, and we end up taking a fat dub. One thing that's been common in all my commentary videos is that I always mention these assumptions, and I know for a lot of you guys may not assume these things that I talk about, but hopefully since I'm putting them into your head now, you'll start slowly and surely making these assumptions. You'll slowly start to become more anticipatory, and after watching enough of these videos, you'll soon understand how anyone can reach masters in Apex Legends. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bam, ba, bam, bam, bam. Bam, ba, bam, 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 ba, 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 bam, bam, ba, bam, bam, bam. bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam, 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 bam. Bam, ba bam, 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 ba bam,